Hello everyone, today we are going to start and end this chapter which is going to be of haloalkanes and halogenes. In today's topic we are going to discuss our last topic, that is polyhalogen compounds. What do you mean by polyhalogen compounds? As the name suggests, poly means many, halogen elements or any halogen elements going to be present in there. The combination of many halogen elements with including the organic compounds, such compounds to be known as polyhalogen compounds. Okay, the carbon atom which is having the carbon atom which have more than one halogen atom are called polyhalogen compounds. Okay, this is the basic definition of this polyhalogen compound. What is telling us? The carbon atom which is having more than one halogen atom is going to call as polyhalogen compounds. In this session we are going to discuss some important halogen compounds. Some important polyhalogen compounds we are going to discuss today. Those were, first one is to be known as dichloroethane, second one is known as chloroform, next one is iodoform, carbon tetrachloride, freon and DDT. Which one? DDT, freon, carbon tetrachloride, iodoform, next dichloroethane. This polyhalogen compounds we are going to discuss in this class. Let's start with the first one. The first one is to be known as dichloromethane. Here methane is substituted with the two chlorine elements. It is also to be known as methylene chloride. Okay, the dichloromethane is also to be known as a methylene chloride. The molecular formula for this one is, it is CH2Cl2. CH2Cl2 is the formula for the dichloromethane. Where it is going to be used? Let's see. It is used as a solvent, especially in the case of the paint remover. Okay, paint remover, we are going to use the dichloromethane. I think we already studied one thing to be known as the nail polish remover. Can you name it? What? Just comment below. Okay. Next, it is also, the dichloromethane is also used in the as a propellant in the aerosol. Okay, aerosol propellant cans are used for the fire extinguisher cases. Okay, where the propellant aerosols were used. Methane is used as a solvent and paint remover as a case, and this dichloromethane is also used as propellant in the aerosols. Okay, the manufacture, it is also used in the manufacture of the drugs, and the dichloromethane is used for a cleaning and the finishing of a metal is going to be used as a dichloromethane is going to be used. And the dichloromethane is highly hazardous in the chemical nature. Why? Because it is highly toxic in nature. Okay, there is going to be, if the exposure of this dichloromethane leads to the numbness, stoma, coma and nausea and many headache problems, like this is going to be lead us. Okay, the next polyhalogen compound is to be known as trichloromethane, that is to be known as chloroform. Okay, already you heard the name, that is to be known as of a chloroform. The formula is going to be trichloromethane, that is CHCl3. The formula for the chloroform is CHCl3. Okay, try to remember this. What is the formula for the trichloromethane or the chloroform? Is CHCl3. Okay, the chloroform is used for the, it is solvent for the fats and the alkaloids and the iodine. It is used as a solvent for fats, alkaloids, iodine. That means the chloroform is soluble in the fat, alkaloids and the iodine. Okay, and it is also used in the production of the Freon R22. Freon R22 means is one of the famous refrigerant. Okay, it is used in the air conditioner. We are going to be used in the case of the R22, and it is also used in the anesthetic in the surgery. Okay, before going for surgery, the person is going to be given an anesthesia. Okay, in the previous year, in the olden days, we are going to use the chloroform for giving an anesthetic purpose. But nowadays, we are going to use ether as our anesthetic agent. I think you have seen the films and serials, and in those cases, one person is going to be pour something like this and is going to make a person into in the dizziness or in the sleep mode. Okay, that is going to be known as an anesthesia. That means it is the soldering of that complex is not going to be banned in the India. Okay, the next one is inhaling of chloroform vapors can depress the central nervous system. Okay, that is the person is going to be unconscious after inhaling the chloroform. This is going to be used for the not use. It is a side effect of the chloroform is going to be used for the kidnapping purpose. We are going to be used, which is the chloroform. Okay. The chloroform is slowly oxidized. Very important question. The chloroform is slowly oxidized by air in the presence of the light to an extreme poisonous gas. Okay, it's going to be, you heard this one. The chloroform is slowly oxidized by air in the presence of light. The chloroform is extremely poisonous. Then it's going to form another extremely poisonous gas, that is to be known as phosgene. Okay, this is one of the most danger gas which are being used in the chamber of death. I think you heard this one in our history textbooks. Okay, some people will not tell us that Hitler killed the Jews by making the person into the filled in the chamber of death, and the name of the gas is carbonyl chloride, that is to be known as a phosgene. The phosgene gas is produced by the reaction in the presence of chloroform, that is going to be oxidized by air in the presence of the light. Okay, which is going to be form an extremely poisonous gas, that is to be known as phosgene or carbonyl chloride is going to be produced. Very important equation it is. When chloroform is going to be slowly oxidized in presence of light, it's going to form the carbonyl chloride and some trace amount of hydrochloric acid is going to be evaporate. This is to be known as phosgene gas. Phosgene gas, it is very poisonous gas, is going to be produced by the oxidation of the chloroform. Due to its high reactivity of the chloroform, it is stored in the closed dark bottles completely filled, that air is to be kept out. Okay, the chloroform bottle is going to be filled up to the neck portion. Why? Because if the air is going to be accumulated, it's going to be highly react with the environment, and the surrounding people will get the lose of their control. That's why we are going to be stored in the very precise and consumed manner. And the next the third polyhalogen compound should be known as triiodomethane. It is also be known as the iodoform. The formula of this is going to be of CHI3. CH3. If the chlorine element is present, it is to be known as chloroform. If iodine is present, that is to be known as iodoform. Okay, it was used as an antiseptic. It was used as an antiseptic. Nowadays we are not going to use the iodoform as an antiseptic. Why? Because it is going to liberation of the iodine. Okay, the compound is going to be react with the substance. That's why we have suspended the use of the antiseptic. Okay, in the previous years we are going to use iodoform as an antiseptic. Nowadays, why is not going to be used? Why? Because it is the element is going to liberate the iodine, which is very bad for the skin. For that's why the medical practitioners have been suspended for the practical use of this. Okay, the the fourth polyhalogen compound is to be known as tetrachloromethane, that is to be known as carbon tetrachloride. The formula of this one is CCl4. Okay, the carbon tetrachloride is very important. Okay, the manufacture of it is used in the manufacture of the refrigerant, propellant for aerosols. Okay, aerosol cans, and it is used for the feedstock in the synthesis of the CFC. Okay, the carbon tetrachloride, that is the CCl4, is the basic material ingredient for the manufacture of the CFCs. Okay, carbon, chlorofluorocarbon, and it is also used in the pharmaceutical industry, and it is widely used as a degreasing agent and a spot remover, and it is also used in the fire extinguisher. The substance, the CCl4 is going to be used, and the CCl4 is released into air. It rises to the atmosphere and depletes the ozone layer. I think you heard that the thin layer of gas that is to be known as ozone layer, which is present at the stratosphere, about around 18 kilometers above. Okay, which where the thin layer of gas, that is the sheet, the main sheet which is going to protect the earth, that is of ozone layer, which is protecting earth from the UV radiation. The UV radiations are extremely hazardous for the human population and for plants also. That's why to safeguard the earth, the ozone layer is present it is naturally made. That's why it's going to protect us the earth. The CFC, that means chlorofluorocarbon, it is manufactured and prepared naturally by itself by the feedstock, that is to be known as the carbon tetrachloride. Okay, this is one of the dangerous elements which are going to deplete the ozone layer. In that, the chlorine element. Okay, the chlorine element is one of the danger. What of the chlorofluorocarbon which is present? The carbon, fluorine, carbon, fluorine, and chlorine were present. In that, chlorine is one of the dangerous element to cause the highest number of the ozone depletion. The next one is to be known as the freon. The freon, the chlorofluorocarbon compounds and methane and ethane. Okay, the CFCs compounds of methane and ethane are collectively called as the freons. What do you mean freons? The chlorofluorocarbons compounds of methane and ethane were collectively called as the freons. They are extremely stable, unreactive, non-toxic, and non-corrosive, and easily liquefiable gases. Okay, that's where their application is very high. Why? Because the compounds which are stable we are going to use in the refrigerant cases, and in the propellant aerosols we are going to be used. And it is unreactive, non-toxic, and non-corrosive, and very important, that is easily liquefiable gases. Okay, the CFCs. Thus, carbon tetrachloride is prepared by the Schwartz reaction that we already learned, and it is the carbon tetrachloride is also prepared by the chlorination of the methane. That's what in the first year classes we already studied this one. Okay. the freons were used in the refrigerant, aerosol, propellants is going to be used. Okay, the freons diffuses unchanged into the atmosphere, that is stratosphere, that is going to initiate the radical chain reaction. The radical chain reaction is initiated by chlorofluorocarbons and it upset the natural ozone balance. That's why these need to be first banned, then you have to be lead with them for an alternative source. Nowadays the CFCs were the CFC free refrigerant and air conditioner were manufactured in the nowadays. Nowadays CFC free is the most usable compounds and complexes are going to be produced and effectively used. Okay, the next very important that is to be known as the your DDT. Here DDT stands for the dichloro diphenyl trichloroethane, where we are going to having the two benzene rings and it's the benzene ring is substituted with the one benzene is substituted with the one chlorine element, that is to be the dichloro diphenyl trichloromethane. Ethane is present with the three substituted chlorine atoms were present. Okay, what is meant by DDT? DDT is the first chlorinated organic insecticide. Okay, it is the first chlorinated organic insecticide which has been manufactured by the person called Paul Muller, and he was awarded with the Nobel Prize for the physiology. Okay, for medicine purpose. Okay, he got the Nobel Prize. Okay, what is the use of, why he have discovered the DDT here? It is effectiveness against the mosquito. It's used for the against the mosquito. Why? Because in the specifically mosquito. Why? Because the mosquito spreads the malaria. Okay, to control the malaria, that is malaria is transferred with the mosquito, that is, and lice that carry the typhoid, that is to be, the lice is going to carry the typhus and the malaria has been carried with the mosquito. To just for the against to control the insecticides, that is insecticide, that's why to prevent the mosquito and the lice he has manufactured one of the most important and well used compound, that is to be known as the DDT, have been discovered and used. Try to remember that DDT is a fat soluble compound. In the manufacturing, DDT is used for the insecticides. It's going to spread all over the places where the function is going to be held in the government large function, where the huge buffet is going to be held up. Okay, just for the cleanup purpose, if the after the rainy season, the DDT is going to spread it around the all villages especially and in the all the streets. The DDT is fat soluble. It is as they spread the insecticide, the gases which is going to be inhaled by animals and plants and in the present in the water is going to be placed. It is going to deposited and stored in the fat tissues. Okay, the DDT is one of the dangerous insecticide. Okay, that's why. What about because the CFC, that's carbon tetrachloride, and the chlorofluorocarbons already danger, they have been banned. But in India still the no ban is going to be happened yet. But in other foreign countries already the ban is have been already done. Especially in the Latin American continents already it has been banned. Okay, in the Latin American continent it is already banned. What about India? In India at 2008 it has been banned for the agriculture purpose only. It's banned for the agriculture purpose only, but nowadays it has been extensively used. The DDT is extensively used for the insecticide. Okay, it is one of the dangerous element and complex for the polyhalogen compound. let's see the structure of this DDTs. Okay, as I already said that it's going to be having the carbon here. Okay, it's going to be ethane. Okay, ethane molecule, that is dichloro, that's going to be dichloro diphenyl trichloroethane. Okay, I think you got this, dichloro diphenyl. Why? Because two chlorine elements have been attached in the respect to the benzene ring, that is to be known as dichloro diphenyl trichloroethane. Okay, this is the whole structure of the DDT. So far we have discussed the whole haloalkenes and haloarine chapter is now completed. The next chapter will be is going to be released soon.